Fellas, let's talk about my truck, particularly 2025 model year Ram 3500. You'd be surprised how many times I get asked. So let's talk about yesterday and today. Yesterday was hell, and today's heaven. Yesterday was night, and today's day. Like I'm gonna try to explain this from a whole different perspective. Okay. Sometimes I don't really drive my truck a whole lot as an average week. Sometimes I don't get out of it. This week was pretty much I don't get out of my truck. So anyways, yesterday, lights blaring, truck freaking out, throwing all kinds of fits. It was ridiculous. The thing kept lighting up, unlock your truck, open your tailgate. Let's see. Cranking almost timed out, but it did fire up yesterday. My remote didn't work a darn throughout the day, meaning he's sitting there and clicking away 5-6 times, about 5-6 round, it finally clicks in. So yeah, yesterday was hell. Yesterday I wanted to put a dynamite under this truck. It just got under my skin. I was ready. Any decent deal, if someone would have called me and said, Paul, I have XYZ, and it was a good deal, you best bet this truck would have been gone. I had enough of it yesterday. Then let's talk about today. Today, from the get-go, first try, fired up. Not a single retarded message. Not a single missed beat. Yes, I'm talking about the same truck yesterday and today. So there's some kind of interference going on with this new wiring is my best guess, because on the second to third round of trying to unlock my truck, my trailer lights would flash. Oh, by the way, I got no trailer today. Where, and then kept throwing the message. It says unlock vehicle to open tailgate. It just kept blaring, once a minute and then 30 times a minute, and then it would disappear for a little while. So it's something like a ground or some kind of interference with the module. So if you think about it, it was cranking at one point about 400 miles away from home. I got in my truck to fire it up, and it just kept cranking and cranking, no fire. It almost timed out, but it did fire up in that. So that gives you a cozy feeling when you're, I'm not even 500 miles away from home. That kind of stuff irritates me, gets under my skin, and I just want to get rid of this truck, right? Overall, why do I love my truck so much? Because this is the perfect truck for me. Sometimes it's just me hauling my behind. Well, I was hauling a pallet today, really, so it got me this far away from home. Other times, I'm hauling a trailer, and then sometimes it's my family. So that's why I love my mega cab, underlining mega cab. If it wasn't for the mega cab, guys, I would have walked away from Ram. It's that bad. So 25 model year, if you can, just don't bother with the 25. It is that bad. It is. What makes it so bad? It has a mind of its own. You know what I mean? You go to the dealer, you tell them about your problems. It's hit and miss. They might duplicate it, might not, right? My dealership, they haven't said they're getting tired of me, but I can only imagine it's tiresome, right? You drop off a truck for an issue and you can't duplicate it, and the guy can't leave the truck with you for multiple days because, hey, that's why I bought a brand new truck to use it, right? I myself, some days, a lot of the days, don't know when I'm going to have to dart out of town. So that's just what I signed up. I love my job. That's just what I do for a living, right? The true definition of hot-shotting, that's what it boils down to. Anywho's, so with that being said, it's just 25 model year, wonderful engine, wonderful transmission, and it ends there. Pile of junk electrical system. This system is junk. I can't scream it loud enough. And it's not like it's going up from flames or anything. But there's so many issues. There's so many interferences. It's to be expected. Come on, man. At this level of retardation, their R&D sucks. They really rush this truck out. I don't know what Ram was doing for a while. They're very late to release the truck. The 25 should have been released, preferably 23, at latest 24. But no, they released it all the way to 25. So there's something going on there. If you guys remember, I had a 21 limited. I was pretty certain, almost positive that they would release a truck a lot sooner than what it ended up to be. So this truck has definitely been rushed to the market. I don't know who, where, when, why. I'm not on the inside with Ram. I don't know what the delay was and what was holding back so long. They definitely screwed up the wiring on this thing. Apparently I don't have the worst of the trucks. There's did do on my third axle, I said, man, if it don't do it, then I don't know what will. I put in really expensive, or should I say top tier oil. Expensive doesn't mean it's best, but to me, what's best known, gear oil. I went with 75, 85 amps oil, or top of the line oil for gear, and it's done the trick. No whining, nothing from the rear end. So far, it's been pretty good. So, all in all, guys, it just depends what day you ask me. It's just, I couldn't ask for a better truck. Like, if all my days were like today, I could ask for a better truck. Yeah, I wish I got better fuel mileage. Ram really shafted us on this one. On the last two updates, they really screwed up the mileage. Prior to that, my very first update I got on this truck from the dealership, they had proper fuel mileage, and I felt it from the time after that, ever since I updated it. Felt it from the get-go. This latest update that I got about a month ago, it's, it definitely refined a lot of things, but they never refined my fuel mileage. So that's what I'm getting straight up on the interstate. That current mileage is just instantaneous kind of deal. But overall for the day, 59 is pretty much 98% interstate, 2% in town. So whatever, man. It gets crappy fuel mileage. It pisses me off. Like, it bothers me, it rubs me the wrong way, but I've accepted it. Like, whatever, as long as it keeps driving, right? As long as it doesn't light up a bunch of retarded messages. So I definitely believe it's a ground issue with this truck. This truck needs its wiring fixed, and I'm really keeping my fingers crossed. I love my truck, but my truck don't love me. It has never left me on the side of the road. Knock on everything you believe in, right? It really sketches me out the way this thing starts up sometimes. It'll just sit there and crank and crank and crank, and it'll fire up. It only timed out once, but still, when it usually cranks, or when it fires up on the second or third round, like, boom, it fires up, right, as an average vehicle. This thing sometimes fires up really quick. Most of the time, it's okay. Once in a blue moon, or once a week, or a couple times a week, it'll just sit there and crank for a while, and then kick on. So take it for what it is, how it is. I would not advise this truck to anyone unless you're in dire need of a pickup truck, right? I'm involved heavily with trucks, and doesn't mean I have to have this truck. I have to have one truck I can rely on, and typically the brand new truck typically should give you the best shot at that, right? Yeah, it's just what it is, how it is. So yeah, powertrain, besides my rear axle, I don't know what's going on with it. Definitely maybe a bad batch of them or whatever, but it could be also poor oil. I started telling you all how I put good oil in the back. I pulled out the original oil at 100 miles, so when my third axle was installed, I did barely 100 miles and I yanked that oil out, and it was already looking not good. So maybe it was just an oil thing. There's definitely something going on, but hey, I need to go back to my records, but I think this third axle has about 10,000 miles on it, give or take. So it's hanging in there. I haven't done anything extreme with it. I haven't came close to its limits. I shouldn't say a whole lot extreme stuff, but anything on the heavier side lately, we just hook up the 450 to it and off it goes. But not to say I overloaded this thing, but it's kind of sad. Just hopefully Ram figures out their electrical gremlins, and I'm not the only one struggling with these little things. But yeah, overall, I love my truck. I'm just trying to come at it with every angle. Why? Some days I just want to light up this thing, and other days I'm just fine. Once again, I'm repeating myself. Yesterday was one of those days. It would not take much for me to trade, sell, do anything with this truck. If someone would have offered me a solid truck yesterday, this truck would have been gone. But then on the flip side, like today, right? No issues at all. Got into regen, got out of regen. Acceptable fuel mileage. It's not great, but it is acceptable. Stuff like that. So yeah, overall, alrighty, 40. God bless you. I think you lost your throttle somewhere. Don't you love people like that? Oh, look at that. Ooh, we get it on the throttle now. anyways, guys, it is what it is. It is how it is. Keep my fingers crossed for the next years to be much better. By logical thinking, right? They'll have more experience in 26 and 27. Trucks should have some of these issues resolved logically, but it's been so all over the place lately. I don't have any hopes that they will figure out their stuff. So we'll just keep it at that. We'll see how it all goes down. And as always, may the good Lord bless you. May Almighty find day, and I'll let you know what I come across and what, if there's any fixes for any of this. Clearly, it has a lot to do with the trailer module. When a trailer's hooked up to this thing, seems to flip out, to drive this truck crazy. And it's not blowing fuses or anything. Yes, all my fuses are pushed in. It's just, it is what it is. It is how it is. As I said, it's probably a ground or a module interfering with other ones. Because on those times when I'm pressing the unlock button and my truck's not responding, my trailer is. My trailer's giving me a hyper flash. So the truck is receiving the message. It's just not knowing what to do with it. Anyways, guys, I'm going to wrap this up. God bless you. Have a mighty fine one. And